Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sick of Shit Broadcasting. I am the host of this program, Mr. Sick of Shit. Why? Well, as I tell you pretty much just about every day, like yourself, I'm sick of this shit going on in this country and around the world. Why? Because we have got a laughing stock of politicians on what people consider and think to be two sides of a political spectrum. I got news for you. I don't see either of these alleged sides doing things any differently. I don't. There are places, like, states here in this country, where the governors themselves, if they wanted to, could be opening up their pipelines and selling to other states within this union if they were willing to do so. They do not have to obey anything that the current White House resident, or shall we say Geritol House resident, they don't have to obey anything he says. They are individual, autonomous, independent states. They can do what the hell they want. Are they doing it? Nope. Not a bit. So, where are we seeing two sides of this thing? I don't see it at all. We are seeing our food being attacked. Granted, there is a serious drought on the West Coast. Water is scarce, but put your priorities in order. If water is scarce, the one place it needs to go the most is to farmers so that people can have food. They're already being rationed, the residents. They have been for decades. It's not like they aren't accustomed to it. They can be rationed a little bit more. They can start buying water. Have it brought to them if they need to. Go to the store and buy water that you can't use at home if you're concerned about penalties from using too much. Duh. At any rate, food is being attacked. On the West Coast, water is scarce. Power prices for energy going way up for everybody. And now, because of the rising cost of energy, electricity mainly, I'm hearing that rolling blackouts for everyone in the entire union is going to become the norm very soon. Why are the prices for energy even going up, especially electricity? I can kind of see it on the West Coast where the water level is decreasing so badly and the hydroelectric power from the dams. I can see why that would cause a problem on that side of the country. But we don't have any of that going on here on the East Coast. Why are we going to be having rolling blackouts from higher energy costs? That doesn't make any sense. The East Coast has got rivers, it's got huge lakes all over the place. We're not having a drought. Why are we going to be affected by this? Makes no sense. Gas prices are expected very soon to start climbing again, and God only knows at this point. Well, God and the white-haired troll in the Geritol house knows how high they're going to get, but they're expected to get very high. I could be wrong, but I think we could definitely see everywhere in the country at some point this summer. We could definitely see gas prices going up to around $10 a gallon. In some places, they're already pretty close to that, like New York and California. They're already hit pretty high. At any rate, now there is alleged intelligence coming out that Iran is in the process of figuring out the best, easiest, and most effective means of launching nuclear weapons in our atmosphere above the United States to take down the power grid, all of it, everywhere. It would only take two. One on the East Coast, one on the West Coast, meeting in the right spot in the... That's all it would take. Now, I personally, if this is going to happen, would rather see a CME or a solar flare, because that's going to wipe it out for everybody in the entire world. That would put us all on an equal playing field. That would be a good thing. If it has to happen, it would be better for it to happen that way. We all get the opportunity then to just start over. If it only happens to us, or us and our allies, we're in deep shit, because that is going to make us wide open for invasion. And it would likely be 4 main countries that would be invading. I hate to say it, if it was done by them, but it would likely be Russia, China, North Korea, and what's the other one? Iran. Yeah, they would be the 4. We would be likely seeing their soldiers all over the place. Now, if it wasn't them, which I have my doubts whether it will be. Personally, I really do believe that it's going to be the completely responsibility of the white-haired troll in the Geritol house. He's the one who's going to initiate all this, have it done, and knock us out, because he wants as many of us as possible dead, so that when the time comes to come in and take over, having blamed someone else, that people at that point, after about they've seen 90% of the population dead, they're going to be really ready for everything to come back on. I don't think it will that quick, but if it's done by design and not actually by another country, they could do it that way, because they can make it look like everything is off and it can't come back on for years at a time, when in fact they just shut it off, wouldn't turn it back on for a year or so. 90% of the population's gone. The other 10% are so desperate they'll do anything. Let them do anything. Take away every bit of freedom that they want to take away, just to get the comfort back. The warm, comfortable roof over their head, the food in their belly, the beverages going into their body. You know, these people aren't stupid. They're evil, but they're not stupid. Folks, get ready. I'm telling you, get ready, because it is very likely that the shit will hit the fan sometime between October and December of this year. Get ready as best as you can now, because if you don't, you're gonna be wishing that you had. Big time. I'll come back on tomorrow with suggestions. Oh, before I go, the main suggestion: if you have babies in your family, this is imperative. Get some goats or some sheep that have already had babies and are producing milk. There is a serious shortage of formula going on out there, and it is likely only going to get worse. Make sure that you have something to feed your babies. I can't stress this enough. Till next time, Mr. Stick-a-Shit, signing out.